Hi, Ms. Brown. Thanks for meeting with me today. I'll make sure to keep this short because I know you're pretty busy with everything else. Today I wanted to quickly discuss with you your concerns you had about Sally's performance in the classroom, especially related to her encoding, decoding, and reading fluency. But before we get into that, I just want to take a step back to make sure you really understood her hearing loss. So Sally has an 80 decibel hearing loss, and I know that might be kind of confusing, but basically what that means is if she were at home in the kitchen right now and didn't have her hearing aids in, she actually would not be able to hear the garbage disposal running, which is pretty significant. So that's why we really need to make sure that she's always wearing her hearing aids, the batteries are always changed, because if either of those are not the case, she would have a really difficult time really taking in any information that's happening in the classroom. One thing we need to remember is that hearing loss is different than vision loss. So when you and I wake up in the morning and put on our glasses, our vision pretty much becomes 20/20. Hearing loss, people who receive hearing aids, they still do need some sort of other devices or strategies to help them gain the most auditory information possible. Now, when Sally's wearing her hearing aids, she still has a loss of about 30 decibels, which, kind of to put it in perspective, even with her hearing aids, she still would struggle to hear people whispering or quiet things happening in the classroom. The fact that Sally would struggle with hearing sounds in the classroom would only be hindered by when all of the students are divided up into groups and talking, because that gets a little bit loud, or maybe you're playing a video and you're talking over the video. All of that hearing information would cause her a bit issues to be able to kind of discern what to pay attention to. I understand that your concerns for her are impacting her academics, but I wanted to make sure that you understood the reason she may be having difficulties with decoding, encoding, and even reading is due to her not being able to fully hear the messages that are happening around her. When Sally is listening to sounds around her in the classroom, it's taking a large amount of effort and strain to listen to the message, process it, and then fully understand it. The hearing loss makes it a lot more mentally challenging for her than it is for you or I, so Sally takes a bit longer to process information, meaning that she may be still trying to understand and recall something that you said, although you've moved on to the next topic. If you were able to use a small FM system in your classroom, this would really help to bring the words that you're saying directly to her, and she would not have the distraction of trying to pick out your voice and words from other noises in the classroom. In addition, the FM system to the classroom, there are some small classroom modifications that you can make that would significantly help Sally in her performance. The first would be preferential seating. So if Sally sat a bit closer to you or in the front of the room, that would make less auditory information from the rest of the classroom getting in her way of your message, and she'd be able to see your face more clearly as you're speaking. One other adjustment you could make is simplifying some of your verbal instructions to take out some of those unnecessary filler words so that there is less auditory information that she has to process and kind of discern. And along with assuring that she's always paying attention when you're speaking, so being sure to be that she's paying attention and focusing on you when you're speaking, she'll be able to hear the information best. Together, these modifications will help Sally significantly get a better quality of information from the classroom, which will in turn help the deficits that you're seeing in her academics. Thanks so much.